If there was ever a man whose life embodied patience in the face of unimaginable hardship, it was Prophet Ayub. His story is one of the most powerful examples in the Quran of how Allah tests His most beloved servants, not to break them, but to elevate them. Ayub as was a man of immense wealth, health, and happiness. He had everything a person could desire: vast lands, loyal servants, and a large, loving family. But like all blessings, they were a test in disguise. Allah wanted to purify him, to make his faith shine brighter, to elevate him beyond what even he could imagine. And so, the test began. One by one, his blessings were taken away. His wealth disappeared. His lands were ruined. His children, the light of his eyes, passed away. And if that wasn't enough, he was struck with a disease that left his body weak and frail. His skin became covered in sores, his strength drained away, and the very people who once admired him now abandoned him, except for his devoted wife, who stood by his side through it all. Imagine this. A man once honored and respected, now left alone, suffering in silence. The whispers spread. People questioned, if he was truly beloved by Allah, why would he suffer like this? But Ayub never uttered a word of complaint. Not once did he ask, why me? Instead, he remained in sujud, whispering words of gratitude, reaffirming his trust in the one who had given him everything in the first place. And then, after years of enduring pain with unwavering patience, Allah responded. Not in anger, not in abandonment, but with mercy. Strike the ground with your foot, Allah commanded, and from the dry earth a cool spring emerged. Ayub drank from it and bathed in it, and instantly his body was restored. His health, his wealth, his family, all returned to him multiplied. Allah had not forgotten him for even a second. His test was never a punishment. It was a purification, a proof that the strongest believers are the ones Allah refines through hardship. The story of Ayub teaches us that no matter how severe our trials are, Allah's mercy is always greater. Your pain is not unnoticed. Your tears are not wasted. Just like Ayub, your patience will be rewarded in ways you cannot yet see. Hold on, because relief is always near. Let me know if you want more details added. Have you ever gone through something so painful that you question? Why is this happening to me? Why would a merciful God allow suffering? It's a question that has troubled many. Yet the Quran gives us a profound answer. Our hardships are not punishments, but a means of growth, purification, and elevation. Think about it. When do we turn to Allah the most? Is it when life is easy, when everything is going our way, or is it when we are broken, desperate, and in need of His help? The truth is, hardships push us closer to our Creator. They strip away our pride, our self-reliance, and remind us of our true purpose, complete dependence on Allah. Allah tells us in the Quran, and we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger, and a loss of wealth and lives and fruits, but give good tidings to the patient. Surah Al-Baqarah 2, 155. This verse isn't just a warning. It's a promise. A promise that life will come with difficulties, but also a promise that those who remain patient will be rewarded in ways beyond their imagination. Hardships are like fire to gold. When gold is heated, its impurities rise to the surface and are removed, leaving behind something pure and valuable. Similarly, when a believer faces trials, those trials remove arrogance, greed, and attachment to this world, making their heart pure for Allah. Look at the lives of the prophets. Prophet Yusuf, was thrown into a well by his own brothers, enslaved, falsely accused, and imprisoned. But what happened in the end? Allah raised him to the highest position in Egypt. His suffering was not a punishment, but a preparation for something greater. The same is true for us. That setback you're facing, that heartbreak, that financial struggle, it's not the end of your story. It's just a chapter. And if you trust in Allah, He will turn your pain into something greater than you ever imagined. So the next time you face a hardship, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Instead, ask, what is Allah trying to teach me? Because in every difficulty, there is wisdom, and in every trial, there is a hidden blessing waiting to unfold. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a deep ocean, waves crashing against you, the sky dark and stormy. You feel lost, overwhelmed, and afraid. But then, you remember something. The ocean has a shore, the storm has an end, and no wave rises without Allah's permission. This is what true tawakkul, trust in Allah, looks like in the face of hardship. When life tests you, it's not to break you, it's to strengthen your faith and reliance on Allah. Look at the story of Prophet Musa and Bani Israel. They were being chased by Pharaoh's army with the Red Sea in front of them and swords behind them. The people panicked, convinced it was over. But what did Musa say? Indeed, my Lord is with me. He will guide me through. Surah Ash-Jara, Shara 2062. And what happened? Allah split the sea, making a way where there was none. This is the lesson of every trial. When you feel trapped, when every door seems closed, remember, Allah is already writing your escape. Your job is not to see the solution, it's to trust that He has won. Sometimes we think faith means life should be easy. But real faith is trusting Allah, even when life feels impossible. It's in those moments of desperation that your tawakkul is tested. Do you still believe in His mercy? Do you still turn to Him in dua? Hardships don't just test us, they shape us, they push us to our knees, not in defeat, but in prayer. They teach us patience, humility, and resilience. And when we place our trust in Allah, we start to see the bigger picture. Our suffering is temporary, but our reward with Him is eternal. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself, if Allah brought me to it, He will bring me through it. The storm won't last forever, but the strength you gain from it will. There are moments in life when we question, why is Allah putting me through this? We look at our struggles, financial difficulties, health issues, loss of loved ones, and feel as though we are drowning. But what if I told you that within every hardship, there is a hidden mercy, a wisdom beyond what we can see? Let's take the story of Prophet Yusuf. Imagine being a young child, betrayed by your own brothers, thrown into a dark well, sold as a slave in a foreign land, and later imprisoned for a crime you didn't commit. From a worldly perspective, his life seemed filled with misfortune. But in reality, every hardship was leading him to something greater. His eventual rise to power in Egypt, his reunion with his family, and the fulfillment of his childhood dream. Allah reminds us in the Quran, perhaps you dislike something while it is good for you, and perhaps you love something while it is bad for you, and Allah knows while you do not know. Surah Al-Baqarah 216 sometimes, what looks like a setback is actually a setup for something better. We only see a single chapter of our lives, while Allah sees the entire story. The delay in your dreams, the pain you endure, the trials that seem unbearable, these are not punishments, but preparations. They are shaping you into a stronger, wiser, and more faithful person. Think about it. If you never faced difficulties, would you truly appreciate ease? If you never felt heartbreak, would you understand the power of healing? Allah tests those He loves, not to harm them, but to elevate them. So, the next time you face a hardship, instead of asking, why me? Try asking, what is Allah teaching me? Because behind every trial is a lesson, behind every struggle is strength, and behind every difficulty is Allah's infinite mercy waiting to unfold. One of the greatest lessons we can learn from trials is the power of sabr, patience, and tawakkul, trust in Allah. When hardship strikes, we often feel restless, anxious, or even hopeless. But true faith is about surrendering to Allah's wisdom, even when we don't understand it. Look at Prophet Ayub as a man who had everything, wealth, health, family. Yet one by one, Allah tested him. He lost his wealth, his children, and his health to a severe illness that left him in unbearable pain. But even in the depths of suffering, he never lost faith. He didn't ask, why me? Instead, he remained patient and made dua, saying, indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful. Surah Al-Anbiya 21:83. And because of his unwavering patience, Allah not only restored everything he lost, but doubled his blessings. This teaches us a powerful truth. Patience in hardship is not about simply enduring pain. It's about trusting that Allah will bring relief at the perfect time. Allah promises in the Quran, indeed, with hardship comes ease. Surah Ash, Shara 94 years. This verse is not just a reminder, it's a guarantee. No hardship is permanent. No pain lasts forever. The night may feel long, but the dawn always arrives. When we let go of our fears and put our trust in Allah, He opens doors we never even imagined. So, when life tests you, hold on to patience. Hold on to tawakkul. Because just like Isaiah's, your story is not over. Your story is not over. Allah's plan is unfolding, and soon you will see the wisdom behind every trial. In times of hardship, one of the greatest weapons a believer has is dua, supplication. It is not just a ritual, it is a conversation with Allah, a direct link between the servant and the Creator. When the weight of trials feels unbearable, when you have no one to turn to, remember that Allah is always listening. Think of Prophet Yunus as he found himself in the depths of darkness, swallowed by a whale, alone in the middle of the ocean, with no way out. If there was ever a situation that seemed hopeless, it was this one. But what did he do? He turned to God, saying, There's no God but you. Glory be to you. Indeed, I have been of the wrongdoers. Surah Al-Anbiya 2187. And because of his sincerity, Allah rescued him from the depths of the ocean and restored his mission. This is a powerful lesson. No matter how dark your situation feels, no matter how impossible things seem, dua can be your way out. The Prophet Muhammad lecture said, dua is the weapon of the believer. Sunan Ibn Majah 3828. It is through dua that hearts find peace. It is through dua that mountains of hardship are moved. But here's the key. Dua is not just about asking for relief. It's about trusting Allah's timing. Sometimes Allah delays his response because he is preparing something greater for you. Sometimes he withholds what you want to give you what you need. So never stop making dua. Even when things don't seem to change immediately, even when the test continues, keep calling upon Allah. Because he hears every whisper, sees every tear, and knows every struggle. And at the right moment, in the most unexpected way, his response will come.